Sam finishes 0-0. I appreciate at this moment in time the result isn't perhaps in the forefront of your mind, but performance level-wise, what did you make of it?
Yeah, it was a good performance. I think the boys in the first half, they showed that we can really, as a squad, go toe-to-toe with a top League One team. I think from talking to people, Reading have high aspirations. They're a team that were in the Premier League when I was growing up, so to be able to go toe-to-toe with them and then match them. And then second half we were slightly younger, slightly less experienced, but they didn't hurt us at all. Maybe we could have showed a bit more intent to go forward, but naturally it's going to look slightly disjointed in this early days of pre-season when different players are playing with each other for the first time or first couple of times. So yeah, it's a lot to build on, but mainly it's just fitness at this point.
To be fair, you showed intent to get forward. I thought you were going to have a shot on goal. It was a nice tussle. Was it a penalty or perhaps not quite enough?
I mean, I've driven with the ball, and also I've got the end of Josh Payme and I've driven with the ball, and I think in the end it's probably not a penalty. I've kind of been shoved before I've gone into the box, and it's one of those, my momentum's kind of taken me over. But don't get me wrong, when the season starts I'll be going absolutely mental if I don't get something like that. But I can't see myself being in that position many times this season. I don't really know how I ended up there, but yeah, I was disappointed not to get a shot off.
A couple of younger lads out there with you, Harry Waldock, Harry Bridle, Harry Webster was out there. These guys have been with you in kind of youth team growing up. I mean, it's nice to be out there with them.
Yeah, it is. Those lads you mentioned, the three Harrys, easier to say that way. And David.
Yes.
Well, the three Harrys, kind of, they're 2 years, and Harry Bridle's 1 year younger than me. So when I was kind of finishing off youth team football, they were kind of coming to the fore a bit. So I've seen them for a few years now, and I think they've shown in both games what they can do. I think today they had a lot to do out of possession. They've shown they're mature enough to be put in these situations and be trusted. And listen, it's a big gap from that 18 to 20 age. I think I felt it when I was first 18. I remember playing against Millwall 2 years ago out there, and I felt like it was a little bit too quick for me. So, but those boys, the gaffer said to them full time, they've shown what they can do, and it's just up to the fans and everyone around them to keep helping them develop and stick with them, because they'll be big players for this football club.
But all being said today, plenty to be encouraged by.
Yeah, a lot to be encouraged by. I think we had the better chances of the two teams, even though Reading had a bit more of the ball. I don't think they broke us down at all. I think we played out well when we could. I think we went long well when we could. We pressed well. We sat in well. Whatever we needed to do, we did well. It's good signs. Listen, Reading are a good team. They finished 8th in League One last season. It's a big gap. It is a big gap. You look at the money that's being spent in League One by teams that have gone up previously, like Wrexham last season. They're playing against good teams. So for them to come here and really get frustrated by us, it's positive signs, definitely.
Lovely. Sam, thanks ever so much. Matt Cole.
You talked about playing with those players that you've been in the academy with. Obviously you played a good deal of first team football last year. Does it feel different going to pre-season this year? Do you feel the more, I don't know, more responsible, more experienced players? Is there a big difference?
Yeah, I do. It does feel different. I feel like I've got a responsibility for those younger lads who are just starting out now as pros, or maybe on their second year, to help lead them, because sometimes it's difficult as an 18-year-old to go to one of the more experienced lads, because you almost sometimes feel like, well, who am I to kind of be having conversations with them? And in reality, they're all great people, but you don't look at it like that when you're 18. So I feel like me being able to kind of talk to them and talk them through games and help them around the building is something that I'm priding myself and taking responsibility for. Yeah.
I guess you're a great example to them of what is possible as well under Gareth Ainsworth.
Yeah, I like to think so. I've still got a long way to go yet. I'm still putting pressure on myself to try and replicate and better how I did last season, so I'm by no means the finished article. Listen, hopefully that they go on and do a lot better than me, and they're the ones we're talking about in 2 years. But at the moment, yeah, I'm trying to help them where I can.
You played with Andy Smith, who's obviously he's coming to Preseason with a bit of an injury, but on the pitch, what's the chemistry like between the two of you?
Yeah, it's good. We played together in the run of unbeaten games up until I think he got injured in the Colchester game. So we played together large amounts really from January almost till the last month of the season. So we've got a good relationship. I have the same with Shad and Connor. We have a really good cohesion, no matter what combination the four it is, or three of us, or two of us, whatever it is. I think we all get along really well. We understand each other, and we all complement each other's games massively. So yeah, it's all positive.
Yeah, the manager's told us in no uncertain terms not to expect any particular formation, that you've all got to be flexible, so I know you've taken that on board. Also reminding us that he had, well, you had very little time with him and vice versa. going Saturday to Tuesday when he first took over. What's it been like to spend more time with Gareth Ainsworth and Richard Dawson?
Yeah, it's been really good. Like you say, last season, the schedule towards the end of the season was hectic. I think we probably had less than 5 proper training sessions where we went on the grass and worked on stuff. So to be able to have that extended time in pre-season to work with them and them get their ideas across and what they expect and how they want the team to line up, it's been brilliant. And I think you can start to see that we're going to be a tough team to break down, and we're going to have a lot of pace and power in forward areas, and we're going to be an aggressive front foot team, and I think we've shown that.
Are you excited about the start of the season? Can you be? I know there's time and there's training to be done before it.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I think it's already 3 weeks today. I could be wrong, but yeah, we're all counting down to it. Listen, I love playing football, but there's no other feeling like competitive football, and there's excitement in the group. We've got a good group together this season. It's a good mixture of youth and experience and different players for different styles of football, and we're not putting any expectations on what we're going to do, but in the group we're confident.
Obviously at this point anything's possible, and the optimism can be overflowing in some ways. Is there a danger of being perhaps overconfident going into the new season when you're looking towards the first day?
Yeah, there is. I feel like we might have learnt our lesson from previous years. Obviously I haven't been involved from the start of previous seasons, but looking from the outside in, we've had good starts the last couple of seasons, and then we've kind of stalled a little bit. So it's a 46 game season. I'm pretty sure every team in this league will probably have aspirations of getting promoted, so it's just about steadying the course. There are going to be bad results, there's going to be really good results. Never get too high, never get too low. Just got to keep ticking over, keep that points tally going, and then hopefully we're up there come the end of April.
And a couple of new additions, but otherwise the squad is very much the way you finished the end of last season. Is that helpful, that cohesion, I suppose, from last year, helpful to the rest of you?
Yeah, it is. We had a really good run at the end of last season. I think we finally showed what we could do as a team. So I think the gaffer and Dobbo, and obviously the people upstairs who do all the recruitment, they've been really specific with what the team needed. I think they were conscious that you don't want to tear the team up too much, and it takes a while for everyone to click. But the lads we've added are absolute quality. I think you're starting to see with Seb what he can bring. Trust me, he's an absolute nightmare to play against. He's quick, he won't give anything up. He'll be a real problem for defences this season. And then you've got obviously Sam Vokes, who he kind of speaks for himself really, and he's got a bit of an injury at the moment, so we won't see him for a few weeks, but you don't need to kind of talk what he brings. And we've made a few permanent additions as well, like Andy Smith, and listen, the fans saw what he can bring, so I think we're settling in really well, and I think we're readying ourselves for a good season.
And personal ambitions for you? I know you'd like to play a lot of games. Do you put a number on that before the season starts, or?
I won't put a number on it. I've got my own personal aspirations, and I've got aspirations that I want to help the team achieve. I'm going to keep that private for now, because I don't want it to blow up in my face, but I've said to myself that I need to go one better than last season. Like, I can't settle on what I did last season. A lot of the time when I was playing, we were in a bad way, so it was almost easy to play well and take a little bit of positivity in kind of bad results, especially in that kind of January, February run. So this season, hopefully it's going to be positive for a team, so I've got to show how I can contribute.
That's great, thank you very much.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you, Sam.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.